Hello everybody. This week the home learning is going to be about Memphis Design. So this video is telling you the basics about Memphis and what the sort of the typical features are of their designs. Alright, let's go. Okay, Memphis Design. So this picture here is an example of lots of different Memphis products. So they were a 1980s company and they designed furniture. So you can see here we've got a chair, we've got a shelf, we've got this seating area here, we've got lights. But they made furniture, fabrics, ceramics, glass and metal items. And they were founded by Ettore Sottsass in Milan in 1980. And this design company only ran for 7 years. It ran from 1980 until 1987. But they were really influential. And their sort of style their influence carried on into the 1990s, where these sort of bright colours and the geometric shapes they used were sort of really popular in the 1990s. So they had quite a legacy. But they were quite an unexpected they had an unexpected style, and they like to break the rules of furniture and design, really, and sort of do what people didn't expect them to do. Okay, we'll move on. I'll talk a bit more about that in a minute. Okay, so these are all Memphis products. So looking at them all, you can see they're all very brightly coloured, vivid, vibrant colours. So they're not your usual sort of furniture or interior products style, are they? And we don't get those sort of dark browns, blacks, greys that you'd normally get in furniture. If you look around at home now, you'll probably see your furniture is probably quite subtle in colour, whereas these are all very vibrant. They're weird, different, odd, unexpected. So some of these don't look like how you'd expect them to look. So the chair here in the middle doesn't really look like your traditional chair. This doesn't look like a traditional bookshelf. Okay, so they really tried to, that's what I mean by they tried to break the rules. They tried to sort of break out from what was the normal thing to do. Moving on to the shapes they used. So they used lots of, okay, pen didn't work. They used lots of regular geometric shapes. So we see squares here, we've got circles, we've got rectangles, we've got triangles. So they used lots of those in their designs. So you didn't really get, let's see if the pen works this time, you didn't really get sort of blobby shapes like this or organic shapes. You didn't really see that sort of thing. It was all really regular, sort of rigid shapes like this. Okay, you didn't get this sort of thing. The colours in Memphis Design. So as we see here, we've got red, we've got yellow, we've got blue. Again, we've got yellow, we've got blue again. So those are the primary colours, red, yellow and blue. We saw a lot of those in Memphis Design. But they also use other flat colours as well, like on this one here, we've got the yellow, the pink, the sort of turquoisey, tealy sort of colour. So these flat colours, primary colours, and they also had clashing patterns. Like on this one, we've got sort of a bit of almost an animal print, stripes, more stripes, another clashing sort of stripy pattern here. Okay, so clashing patterns, solid and primary colours. Those were all very common in those Memphis designs. Moving on to the purpose then, so what they were used for. So if we look at these, so the shelf, for instance, if you look at the normal shelf, it's going to look more like this. It's going to be just a square or rectangle, and it's going to have straight shelves going across like that. So you're going to be able to fit lots of books and things in here, lots and lots of them. Whereas their design, it's got shapes all over the place, different triangles, different angles. It's not straight. So you're not going to be able to fit as many, say, books in this bookshelf as you would in this bookshelf that I've drawn up here, like a regular one. So it's not really the most practical shelf. Similarly, this table here, if you look at it, the table is actually sticking out over the side. So if you put something on the edge of the table here, it may topple over because the legs are obviously middle of the legs is here. So if you were to put something on here, it might fall over. So it's not really that practical. And again, this chair here doesn't look like the most comfortable chair. It's probably, you look at it and you think, well, where do I sit, or how do I sit on that? It's not like a normal chair. So I'd say they're not bought for the way they work. They're bought for the way they look, for their style. Okay, so they're impractical. They're not built for purpose. They're not built for the way they work. They're built for the way they look. So they're decorative. They're like decorations. Or ornamental, so they're like ornaments in the house. Okay, so you wouldn't buy this because you wanted the table. You'd buy it because you wanted it as an ornament in your house, to make your house, look a certain way. So here's the keywords of Memphis then. So bold blocks of colour, including a lot of primary colours. Geometric shapes such as squares, triangles, rectangles, combined with clashing animal prints, stripes and patterns. Chunky, clumsy shapes. It's funky and alternative, so it's a bit different. It's inspired by pop art and Art Deco. Now, if you've looked at pop art before, you'll know it's really brightly coloured, really vivid and vibrant. So that's what they got the inspiration from for that. And Art Deco, if you remember from year 7, has lots of geometric shapes. And it has symmetry. Quite a lot of Memphis products have symmetry, but they have lots of geometric shapes, the same as Art Deco. It's ornamental as opposed to practical. It's non-conformist, so it doesn't conform with the rules. It doesn't follow the rules. It does something different. And it's anti-minimalist. So if it was minimalist, it wouldn't really have any decoration. It would just sort of be really subtle and blend in, whereas this really stands out. It's really in your face. It's not a minimalist at all. Now here's what I want you to do this week. So there's 2 tasks. There's the research task and then the design task. So first of all, you're going to be looking for 3 different images of Memphis Design. So you can do a search on the computer, choose 3 designs that you find interesting, or maybe you like them. Maybe you don't like them, but it's just an interesting design. And I want you to explain them. So what is it? Who designed it? When was it made? What materials were used to make it? And why you like it or don't like it. Any additional information such as how it was made, how much it cost, etc. So I want you to do that. So for this one, this is sort of one example here. I've got the shelf. I'd write down this bookshelf was designed by so-and-so. It was made in 1980, whatever. And I'd say I like it because it would stand out in a room. It looks very different to everything else. And it's very vibrant and eye-catching, that sort of thing. So you're writing down information about it. And then the second task, once you've done that, once you've got your 3 designs that you've labelled, you're then going to have a go at designing a product in that style. So it could be a piece of furniture, like most Memphis designs are, or it could be another product using that style. So it could be anything really. It could be that you design a piece of jewellery or a piece of clothing, or it could be, you design a car in the style of Memphis, for instance. So something else in that style, but I want you to label what features it has which are typical of Memphis. So you're going to be drawing it, you colour it in, then you're writing down. It has vibrant colours, it's got those primary colours, it's got the clashing patterns. So you're labelling what typical features it has. And I want to see those geometric shapes, so lots of triangles, squares, rectangles and circles, so it looks like one of their products. Okay, so once you've done that, you can send your work to my email, fmn@dorothy-stringer.co.uk. If you're doing it on the computer, that you can just email it through, or if you're doing it on paper, just take a photo of your work and email it through to me. I look forward to seeing what you can do, and I'll be giving out achievement points. So yeah, I look forward to seeing your work. Good luck with it.